guys, welcome to the channel. We are Super Button Bashers, and that is me, Eric, Neuro Panda, Brandon in the middle, and as everybody knows, El Sexy.
El Sexy? The Spanish Fly?
The Spanish Fly. Tony.
Is it because I'm wearing this pink shirt? That's why.
Yeah, he's looking all fresh, that's why.
I came dressed up. It's a special occasion.
Just for you guys. He's like, I'm going to look really, really good for all our viewers. But welcome, everybody. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure you hit that subscribe, for more videos. And so today, it's strictly Game of Thrones. So, for anyone that's, watched the recent episode, which is The Bells, which is an interesting title.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, The Bells. Because I think when everyone else watched it, they don't have titles.
They don't have
by
a
the
title,
time I watch it,
yeah.
I already know the title.
Yeah,
so
no, I'm like, bam! I'm like right there waiting. I wait. I start playing the episode before because I know other people are using my HBO account. So I want to make sure I'm the first one to see it. So I'm watching the first episode that bleeds into the next episode.
So you're already in the servers.
Yeah, I'm already in the servers.
But yeah, so like I said, if you guys haven't watched The Bells yet, go watch it. I'm pretty sure most of the people watched it and complained about it online. So, I guess we're going to do what we do. Let's kind of review it. So, thoughts? What do you guys think? Who wants to start? Brandon, Tony, want to flip a coin?
Well,
a Targaryen coin?
Tell me, what do you think?
So, obviously, I think that this is the best episode of this season. I think that's my personal opinion. I think this is the best episode of this season. That being said, it was extremely entertaining, and it was also a little bit of disappointment for me. I think there were a lot of things that paid off in a very fan servicey way, and I know that that's a common sentiment, so it's not just myself. But and people have pointed out that the writing's taken a bit of a nosedive. But that's just kind of a general review of it. There's still a lot of things that happened that I felt like was extremely hype either way.
Yeah, it has its pros and cons. What about you, Tony?
Like I said, when I just watched it, I was just like, wow, this is happening. So, I don't really, when it comes to something, I don't really critique the writing. I'm just more, I let them do their thing and I make my own opinion at it. Because it's the books could probably end completely different,
More than likely it will.
Yeah. And I think that's what they were doing, I believe, from this last season, that it branched away from R. Martin's, his vision.
It has since season 4 too.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the double D's, I've heard that they call them. They're kind of going on their own thing, their own tangent. I've heard a lot of complaints that the seasons kind of just rushed because they just want to get over it and start working on the Star Wars trilogy, which I don't think that is, and if it is then that's kind of a bummer. But the directors,
showrunners.
Yeah, showrunners, that they pretty much trying to just rush it just to get done with it. I guess they had an option for 10 episodes, and it's no, we'll just do it in 8. So for me personally, I think the episode, it was one of those where you kind of go in blind, and say if you're walking through a tunnel blind, and some random bat just hits you in the head that you don't know about, it's oh when did that happen, So, I enjoyed it from the beginning with Varys, because there's a lot of talk about, why was Jon looking at Daenerys the way that he did after she, burned Varys. But he doesn't know about it, but she did tell him, if you betray me, I'll burn you alive, pretty much. And he even told her, he goes, I wouldn't expect any other way. Which is true.
Yeah,
and he betrayed her. Yeah, he betrayed her, and she did what she promised she would do. He knew the consequences, but like he said, he's doing it for the realm. He knew the sacrifices that had to be made. So
yeah, Varys went out like a G. I'm happy with the way he went out.
Oh yeah,
and you gotta understand too, all those, he sent out a gang of ravens.
Yeah,
so
all those little rolled up notes that
everyone knows now. He was
that's
the
crazy.
Dorn fools are gonna know. He's these fools are gonna know.
Yara. For Yara.
Yeah, he's like when they show up to when she's bend the knee or swear your allegiance, they're gonna be to you or to him.
Oh, the rifle one? What's going on here?
Well, yeah, the way that this episode sets up the last episode is cool because you understand exactly what the conflict's going to be now. You understand that Daenerys and Jon Snow, now it's going to be a star-crossed lovers battle, which is going to be very interesting. Reluctant ruler Jon Snow. What do you guys feel? Is it going to be Jon Snow or
Prediction wise, I don't know, man. That's a hard one because he keeps talking about that he doesn't want these positions, but they keep putting him in these positions where he's kind of like, fuck, okay, well, I have to do something about it because I'm in this position of like power. So I mean,
but we'll get there in a minute.
That's a hard one.
His reaction from seeing Daenerys inside of King's Landing. So we'll get there in a minute. But I think I think he's definitely going to have a little bit of a change of heart after seeing what he saw. So
yeah, I mean, because like kind of moving forward in it, when Tyrion, one thing I did like is the camera angle that they use when Tyrion's talking to Daenerys, because like they said she hasn't been eating and all that stuff because of what she lost, and it's I like how they had him standing and they had the picture of the dragon that's chiseled on the wall, like kind of like right behind him. So it's kind of like, it's not like they're looking at each other, but it's kind of like he's already part of the mouth of the dragon.
He's already getting eaten.
Yeah, so and you could tell like in his face like all the fear that he has when he's trying to talk to her. Like, look, I understand what's going on, and I think this is actually before they do the Varys thing, because that's when she mentions
that's when
she's been betrayed.
Yeah.
Oh, betrayed.
She's like,
yeah, she goes, someone betrayed me. I was like, Jesus?
No, she's already paranoid. She
already knows. Yeah, she already knows. She knew that Jon was going to probably tell Sansa, and she knew the natural way that was going to snowball.
Mm-hmm. So,
but I mean, so honestly, there's more that happens with these characters towards the later in the episode. But I think what do you guys think about Arya and the Hound's story arc in this? Hound, of course, coming to a conclusion. His end as well. Arya still, in the episode rides off on a white horse. What do you guys think about like their two interactions?
So Arya and the Hound, you want to start?
Well, I mean, the Hound, that was like, I liked it. I thought that was like badass. He's like, let's throw hands, bro.
Same.
Oh, against the mountain?
Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, kind of, I want to backtrack a little bit on that one. That, like, it did start, like, just seeing how Arya and the Hound, where they were when they first started, she wanted him pretty much dead. And then, how they had to learn to trust each other because that was a way for survival. And, like, he kind of, like, taught her to be who she is. And for, like, that to be the last lesson for them, where it's like, okay, yeah, we both know why we're going to King's Landing. We already know that, You want to kill Cersei, I have unfinished business with my brother. And then they finally make it there, and, before he meets up with them, and, he kind of tells her, like, she's already going to die. Don't worry about it. Kind of like, you see who I am. Don't become who I am, because you're on that path. A lot of people were complaining about that. I was like, that was actually really good, because he is the prime example of, if you keep going down this path of vengeance, I'm what's the path of vengeance.
Yeah, because if you think about it, the moment he leaves King's Landing
mm-hmm.
is the moment he becomes a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
When he's all like, fuck the King's Guard and fuck the King.
Fuck the King.
Right. And then he tried to tell Sansa to come
mm-hmm.
with him. Like, that's the moment he became like a good guy.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm done with this bullshit.
I'll take two chickens.
So that's the moment he became a good guy, but he was more like a good guy who doesn't give a fuck /
right.
I stole money from an old guy. And
I think the only issue with that whole thing, and specifically talking about the scene when they're inside of in the castle, is the fact that Arya's arc has been concluding to this entire moment. We knew that she had the list. We knew that she was trying to get every name checked off the list. So to me, it did feel like a little bit of betrayal in the writing, just simply because like that motivation was completely gone for that character. They completely switched it at the last minute, and
mm-hmm.
that's the only complaint I have with it, because I also agree, like, the Hound saying what he said of, this is who you're going to become, you should leave now. If you come with me, like, we're dying, but they've already had that conversation in the last episode. So I feel like Arya was pretty, was ready to go this route. And at the last minute, like, you know what, never mind. And that right there feels like a betrayal to her character a little bit. And a few other characters, in my opinion, suffers that same fate in this episode.
Yeah, when you go kind of more in depth with it. I mean, I could see that.
I mean, no, because, you could also think about, like, he was going to kill him. He's going to die. He knows he's going to die. But he cared about her. He took care of her that whole time when they were lost.
Mm-hmm.
When he had her, and he was like, oh, I'm going to sell you to your aunt. I'm going to sell you to your mother, and,
And especially during the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
Like, when that went down, he's pretty much like, come on. No, knocks her out, and let's go.
Because he knew
there's no reason for you to be here, pretty much.
So, I mean, this was like his last time to take care of her because he was just like, you know.
What about? So I mean, the Hound always had like an interesting like character development, like, you know, from when he was bad to like he goes good. Do you guys feel like that it was accomplished, him and the Mountain like battling it out?
It was like one of the best payoffs. One of the best payoffs of any character arc because, you know, Hound approached the Mountain and instantly they both had the exact same feeling, like fight, like instantly it was that, and it's great because even you know I just love how the Mountain was like took his creator, what was his name?
I always forget his name. The hand the queen.
It took him, just completely just killed him really quickly.
Tossed him like nothing. Like, boom.
Like, I'm done. This is what I need to be doing now.
That was such a good death. I fucking commend you guys for that one.
He's like, stop. Slap. And then the thing that's cool about it is that Cersei instantly was like, all right, you guys handle your business. I'm gonna just peace out over here. I thought that was one of the funniest scenes in the episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that scene when I first saw that, because I've always heard like, well, the Hound could have just killed her, and the funny thing is the Hound, you know, acknowledging her, saying, you know, Your Grace, like, you know, he already knew, like, you know why I'm here, type of ordeal. And then like I heard complaints about, you know, why was Cersei trying to like keep him back, and my defense was, he was made to be a bodyguard.
Yeah.
And by him to fight the Hound, she loses a bodyguard when she's trying to escape. But when she walks away though, like kind of like, oh shit, the first thing that went through my head, I don't know if you guys remember, and I'm glad I'm wearing the shirt, is on the Rick and Morty when they go back to I can't remember what it's called, like where all the Counselor Ricks and stuff are at. Was it Rick Lantis or something? Yeah. I don't remember what it's called. But there's a part where they're at the strip club thing with all the Mortys, and then it's Cowboy Morty when he's on stage. He goes, "Oh, don't mind me. I'm just gonna mosey on out of here."
One thing's for sure, y'all don't have to worry about Cowboy Morty talking. This little cowpoke's gonna mosey up on out here.
And that's the first thing I thought of when I saw her like walking around, like, "Oh, don't mind me, guys. I'm just gonna mosey on out of here." So
she's like, "You guys handle your business."
Yeah, called the Creepy Morty.
Creepy Morty?
Yeah, the Creepy Morty. I saw a shirt like that. I wanted to get it. It was like neon lights. It says the Creepy Morty.
Oh, that's so good. But yeah, so I mean, like their battle though was amazing to me because for the fact that the Hound just realized this motherfucker is not gonna die, and he starts laughing about it as he's getting choked. He just like starts laughing as he's stabbing. He's like, "Oh my god, like this, like I can't kill him." And in the moment I see the thumbs in the eyes, I'm like, oh my god, is he about to fucking get his head crushed in?
Dude, so it's right because
almost lost it. I was like, oh fuck.
You know, it's funny because this episode, since like season 3 or 4, was one of the most brutal episodes. Like just actually graphically, they were showing they were showing a lot of heads getting chopped off, blood. Hands. I was like, yeah, the dude. Yeah, that's
the guy who got both his hands cut off.
Yeah, he's like,
like this, and you see him get sliced, and then there's also this scene where I forgot who it is, and they slice him, and it goes all the way down to here.
Yep.
Yeah, and then once he takes the blade off, you kind of see like a little opening. I'm just like, what the fuck? Head's getting severed.
Steel right there.
It was some straight Mortal Kombat moments in this episode. So
yeah, it was. I think it was like graphically and stuff amazing.
It's one of the best they did. Depicting the violence and just sheer brutality of, you know, sieging an entire kingdom, entire land. Sieging a city is crazy. They really did some crazy stuff there.
How'd you guys feel though, like when Daenerys flew in with Drogon against like the fleet? Like I thought it was pretty interesting that, you know, it was very like war based where, you know, she used the sun to her advantage.
Yeah, she used the sun. She flew from the sun and just like got him from the side.
The side. Flew past them where they had to turn right away, but then dipped, came down, and then up, and then started blowing them all away.
She was like, let me study this.
She goes, I learned from the last time. Right? You killed Rhaegal. Whatever. The shit's about to go down.
I think that was interesting. She definitely understood what she was up against this time, so that was in her benefit. It was a little strange to think, obviously this is just kind of like being a little stickler on it, but it was weird to see that like none of these arrows are hitting this dragon, not a single one. Like, this is...
He learned too.
Crazy. Yeah, it's probably true.
He went back, like basketball game. He went back, watched the tapes. He's like, all right, where did I mess up?
Well, it was probably just like well rested too, because you gotta remember they weren't rested.
Yeah, that's true. Because she was forcing them to kind of
go, so they were tired. They just finished. It was like the day after fighting the fucking the Army of the Dead.
All right.
Okay. I mean, I thought it was good, and especially because when I saw the Golden Company in the front, I was like, damn, that's a lot of dudes, and even like their emblem that they had, the sigil, which was like the skull with all the golden skulls and stuff. I was like, that's fucking pretty badass. Like they came in and you just saw them like, okay, these dudes are ready to get fucking down, and then nope.
They got it from the back.
Yep, there goes the flames, there goes all the rocks, and just imagine like how much time that took to actually do production for that. Like just to see the doors get destroyed.
Really crazy. Destroying the entire Iron Fleet was kind of like a one of those things where I was like, damn, you guys really thought. You really thought. And they had a good plan. They're like, we got these Dragon Killer Slayer devices. We're gonna be able to launch these things. And
I was actually kind of hoping like Gundry would have made like dragon armor. That would have been badass.
Oh yeah,
like an armored chest plate. Like that would have been bad.
Dragons coming out.
That would have been cool. That's what I was hoping. Like so, it's like if they shot it, would just like bounce
Bing.
off. Like
oh, you talking about like the scales?
Yeah. Like
put dragon armor on the
like
dragon,
an actual plate on the
so
dragon.
that when the dragon flies, it has armor now. So the thing's like pink.
Oh,
that's what I was hoping. I was like, if that would have been sick,
that would have been sick.
Level up.
Was he Baymax? Big Hero 6?
Dude, yeah, I mean,
because then she could have had like an actual like saddle on there,
That would have been sick. It would have been really smart.
Could he use the saddle from Bran's little drawing from Tyrion? Right? I'm surprised Tyrion didn't do that either, man. You could have drawn a quick little saddle. She kicks a little bit of the right leg. That's one wing.
Well, yeah, that goes back to what I was saying, and I think they even kind of pointed it out, and maybe this was their way of just kind of dismissing it, but. Sansa at one point tells Tyrion, like, you used to be the smartest person in the Seven Kingdoms, right? But that's what I mean. I feel like the way that they did some of the characters, especially this season, is they just completely betrayed the character. You think about Tyrion, how smart he was and how able he was to see things that were going to come, things that were going to happen, and just really understanding all the players were on the field. He's totally lost that aspect of himself. They made him a lot more emotional. And in a way, you can understand he's been through a lot and stuff, and but it does seem, again, just a betrayal of a character because he's making a lot of stupid judgments that you wouldn't consider Tyrion to do. If you saw season 3 Tyrion versus now, you would say like this would never happen. Like Tyrion would never do some of these things that he did. Letting Jaime go, which I still think was touching. I think again it does betray the character, but. I love the scene that they had between them, and it also just mirrors the scene where Jaime releases Tyrion,
Yeah, so, it was like an eye for an eye type of deal. Yeah,
and exactly the same thing. Yeah, so it was cool.
Yeah, I liked their little moment that they had. It was nice because, I mean, since I think it's episode 1 when they first go to the north, to Winterfell. When he's in the whorehouse, Jaime does come in and he's kind of telling him like, well, I knew I would find you here. He's getting like domed up and drinking wine, and he tells him we have to meet up with these people, blah blah blah. He goes, just make sure it's quick. And he brought like more girls, and he goes, shut the damn door, like he's trying to get busy. Yep. So like he's always had his back, and then even during his trial, Jaime had his back. And he goes, I'm trying to help you out, like stop being stupid about this. So I mean, their connection, like that brotherly connection, I like how they finally tied it all together because you always heard from Jaime. And Tyrion was just kind of there. And this is the time where you actually heard Tyrion's side of everything going all the way to their past. Of like, you never saw me as a monster. You always saw me as like a brother type of ordeal. So I thought that was great. I thought they tied that in perfectly.
I like the meme.
What was the meme?
The meme where it says, it's that scene. It's like, you never saw me as a monster. You took care of me. It says, oh, what do you tell your friends the next morning after they took care of you when you were drunk?
Oh. I mean, Tyrion was always drunk, so it worked out.
I would have died without you.
Yeah, man.
I mean, since we're talking about Jaime, I guess we'll just jump a little bit forward to because I kind of want to save Daenerys and like talk about her and Grey Worm kind of like last because I know it's gonna get really freaking big.
Yeah.
But so Jaime and Euron, that was a kind of like I think they kind of like forced that battle in there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know, and then he got stabbed twice by like a blade like this big on his side. Like, come on, dude, really? Right in your sides, you're not gonna bleed to death right there. So.
No, yeah, I mean that was one of those things where it was just epic to see. Again, very fan servicey moment. Not much logic necessary to what happened, but yeah, you saw Euron jump off the ship when the dragon attacked earlier in the episode. All of a sudden, he's walking up to shore in King's Landing. So he swims probably a mile and a half to get back to shore. Lands on that exact same escape part of the beach that Tyrion's gonna end up, or that Jaime's gonna end up being at. And then has enough strength still to fight Jaime, when Jaime should have been a little bit more fresh. I know he was going through the the crowds and stuff like that, but if I'm swimming a mile and some change in the ocean, like, I'm done after that. I'm not sure I'm trying to fight.
I mean, he's a sea person, so I don't know.
Yeah, sea. What was he, a merman?
He's a sea person. He is.
He's half merman.
He's a sailor. He's a natural sailor. So I mean, maybe he's got that stamina.
Sure. Yeah, he's just able to swim a mile in the ocean. Yeah, I get that.
Maybe that's like a test.
Just that you're not able to turn 15 unless you can swim a mile in the ocean.
Yeah. Then fight
kill you right now.
Then fight a one-handed man.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you're a badass? Yeah, fight this dude with one hand.
Gold hand.
A gold hand too.
Get smacked a couple times with it.
That was a little just like setup. It was like.
But I like that fight too. So.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Now what were you guys' thoughts on? Okay, so when Cersei was coming down the stairs, when she was like trying to escape, and she sees Jaime in the map room. Part of me was like, Jaime, just choke her out. Because I guess there's like a prophecy about it. I always forget what the name was.
It doesn't matter. They totally
betrayed
that
where it was,
at this point.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they didn't show it in the episode.
They talked about it.
They didn't talk about it. They talked about the other three prophecies, but not the she's gonna die by the Alucard, whatever the fuck.
Okay. Yeah, which is like High Valyrian for
little brother.
Yeah, for little brother. Which would have been cool to see him like choke her out, or even like, you know, stab her, maybe take his own life, because for the fact that, you know, she was on the verge of killing him off. But I mean, I guess after seeing her all like wounded and he was all messed up, you know, oh my love and blah blah blah. But I think when the scene came down, when they were going through like the bottom and trying to make it to like the escape, and everything was all just blocked off, in my head I'm just like, damn, this fucking sucks for them. Because one of the, like I said, I've been listening to a lot of stuff and like reading a lot of things about like complaints about this episode, about the whole season and stuff like that. I'm defending it because like I personally like the season. I think it's been well done. Personal opinion. But would there have been a certain way you guys wanted to see like Cersei go out?
Absolutely, so many more ways except for this.
I thought Jaime was gonna stab her in the map room and she was gonna like fall and then like lay and then you'll see blood go all over the map. I was like, oh,
I was hoping
shit.
for that.
Here it comes! Like right when he hugged her, I was like,
you're
gonna see her face go.
I knew that Jaime's intention the entire. I never felt like Jaime was going there to try to kill Cersei. I always felt like he was like, you know, this is the person I love, and it was kind of like a callback to earlier in the season in the show where he's kind of like, what's the perfect way to die, and he's like in the arms of the woman I love, and so it happened for him, you know. Mm-hmm. So in a way, like he wrapped up nicely. The problem with it was for me is that like Cersei's done so much things. Since, like, from very early on in this show, I kept telling myself, man, I can't wait till she gets it because it's going to be so deserved, like, when she actually gets killed. And so I would have preferred it be, honestly, Arya. Arya had the name on the list. Arya was very affected by the things that Cersei did and her family. And I think that it would have been better for someone, a Stark, to kill Cersei, since Cersei was responsible for Ned's death, and it would have been way more poetic that way.
What if Cersei's not actually dead?
I thought about that too.
What if she's not dead? What if the next episode they have her and Daenerys makes Tyrion kill her to prove?
They're dead, 100%. They're guaranteed dead.
I don't know.
No, I think even at the end of the...
That's a big-ass dragon skull they could have hidden.
No, at the end of the episode, the entire Red Keep collapses on itself, first of all, and then, like, you know, and then the second part of that is that the producers at the end of the episode were talking about it, and they confirmed the death. Like, they were talking about the way they were doing his death.
Bitches.
Yeah, there's no, the final conflict has to be, they don't have time to try to resurrect Cersei. It'd be too much more story to tell. So the final conflict has to be, you know, The only random person that is going to come back last episode is going to be Littlefinger out of nowhere. Like, ha ha ha. This is just all happened the way I planned it. But,
yeah, because there was like a talk about supposedly like he knew like the faceless like god or whatever.
Right, we talked about that in one of our episodes.
Yeah, where he was like, that was in the first one, I think. The first episode we talked about that. And I was like, fuck, that'd be kind of crazy. What I was kind of hoping to happen when Cersei was going down the stairs and she made it to the map room, I was like, how long of time passed where Arya was just in that room? Like, imagine if she went there and then she saw Arya, and then as soon as Arya kills her, Jaime comes out of the cut and sees it happen. Then that would have been a little bit more like a little spicy.
I agree with that. I would have loved that to happen.
That would have been a little spicy,
Spicy.
See how that goes. So, look.
I'd have felt bad for Jaime because Arya was gonna fuck him up.
No, Jaime
next.
deserves it. See, Jaime deserves it too, though. Like,
about to get that other hand.
You can't fight Arya with one hand. You can't fight him with two hands.
No, if you
not even in your best days.
So if Arya can jump 50 feet just to stab a White Walker, like she's gonna be able to kill Tyrion, or she's gonna be able to kill Jaime. I keep saying that name, but there's no way.
Something about the Lannister blood. You're just like, All right, so we got a little bit more time left. So let's go ahead and
let's actually talk about the battle, the actual battle of the city siege. So once Daenerys kills all the ships, what was you guys' reaction? They approach the gate and you see all the you see the army, the Lannister army,
Golden
Company, and they already know what's going on. The dragon lands on top of them. They throw down their swords.
Oh, you're talking about that part. So we're already like in the before the bells.
Yeah, we were after.
Okay, yeah. So we're talking
the wall
about
blew up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So what about it? What?
So the thing about that scene is, this is the point where now we're getting into like the meat of it. This is the point where we see Dany completely break, and here's the thing that kills me about it.
Just one of those days. You don't want to wake up.
Here's one of those. It's one of those things for me. Like, oh my god, they threw down there.
Burning down King's Lantern.
Oh, I don't know what you're referencing right now.
Is that
Limp
Is that Limp Bizkit?
No,
but he said, she said bullshit.
It's just one of those days. You want to burn King's Lantern.
We're about to get sued by Limp Bizkit.
No, they're gonna be like, do not use your song in conjunction.
So go ahead, continue with Dany.
And so,
because this is the most controversial fucking topic ever. Is Daenerys?
I know. It's just the thing that the bells were rang.
Mm-hmm.
You see this scene, which we kind of mentioned earlier, where he's like, "Hey, listen. If anything, if they ring the bells, that's how you know they're giving up. You don't want to kill these innocent people. These are your servants in the future, And we see Dany have a moment where she's won the battle, and it just doesn't seem like it's enough, And what do you guys think about that? What caused her to decide to nope, she's gonna burn King's Landing anyway? What was that?
I think it's because everything that happened, and one thing I did like is when they did the previously type of ordeal, and they show her and all the things that went through her head throughout all the seasons, about being the dragon and fearless and all this other stuff that just finally took its toll. So by her sitting on top and seeing, I think for her it was more like, okay, I know I won, but if I won, then I didn't really win because Jon's gonna end up taking the seat anyways. So I think with all that frustration, seeing that she had a clear shot to go, she's probably like, man, fuck these people. Like, I'm just gonna go and tear it all up, because I thought she was gonna go fly straight to the Red Keep and just I want to see Cersei and them just fire. Of course, Mountain, he's probably just chilling and he still walks down the stairs later. But I mean, all that took a toll, because a lot of times, I heard people were complaining that they didn't set it up properly, her, the way she lost it. I thought they set it up perfectly, where it was just, you lost this, you lost that. You already know that people don't want you as a queen when you've been trying to fight for this your entire life. So it's like, you've been betrayed. The person that you love betrayed you the most. That's the one person you were hoping that would have your back. And I guess all that just kind of took a toll, because you see in her face, she's like, okay, we're done. I got it. And then she just kind of she does a great job on it too. Emilia Clarke, she's just
kind of showing the crack.
Yeah, and
she's kind of slowly changing.
And she's like, man, fuck this. And then she just goes. And then I remember when I saw that scene, and then she just burns that whole row. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
I totally thought she was just going for the tower.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like, bam, blow fire straight into Cersei's, like into the towers in the lookout. But wow, the entire city. Back and forth. This serpentine on that city, man. Like,
but I use
carpet bomb.
I use Brawly from Dragon Ball as like my main example, where it's like with all that rage that you have, you're blind. You don't think about anything else but that rage and wanting to destroy anything in your sight.
I honestly think I don't think it was a snap, like a snap of like down snap. No, I think she actually made a choice
everyone
to go
went to Ash.
Yeah, she's like,
and then Jakar's. No, I think she made a choice to say, you know what? Because early in the episode when she said, okay, you know, it's gonna be fear. You know, if I can't have the love, I'm gonna have the fear. This is the choice that she made. So as she was sitting there, she saw the bells ringing, and it almost seemed like they showed a shot of her, kind of anticipating that they weren't going to ring the bells. It almost seemed like she wanted them not to, so that she can have a reason to do everything she was gonna do. And then it was another callback to the fact that she said, you know, Cersei thinks she knows how to use people's weaknesses against them, and she thinks that us, you know, sparing people's lives is a weakness. It's not. Future generations are never gonna have to rule this. You know, never gonna have to live a certain way. So in her mind, she's already like giving herself, I feel like, the out for doing what she did. She has a reason for doing it, and she wants to rule by the fear. She doesn't think she's gonna have it.
The ruler of ashes. That's all it's gonna be.
And it's crazy to see. Grey Worm was 100% with her. As soon as he saw the dragon, he was like, cool. And like, let's kill everybody.
Let's go.
Let's go.
He did the whole...
He looked at John dirty, too. He was like...
Yeah. When he was calling him back, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, we're on attack mode. Like, why are you stopping people?
He's like, stop. And Grey Worm was like,
bro,
yeah,
he
anyways.
He gave him that look like, oh, now you're betraying me.
I thought they were going to throw down, too, right there. I was like, oh my God.
I'm already, hopefully my prediction's right on it. Like, we're going to have to wrap this up in a few minutes. But my prediction of it is, I kind of want it to get down to where hopefully Arya, you know, let's say if she were to go and kill Daenerys for everything that she's done. When she goes up, and I want, hopefully, Grey Worm or Daenerys to, like, you know, like maybe she fights Grey Worm, and Daenerys maybe stabs her in the back, and I want Jon to see Arya get stabbed. So that way he's like, all right, that's it. Like, you're done. Like, I'm going to have to fight Grey Worm to get to you, and when I get to you, you're not going to fucking like it.
I would like to see Grey Worm fight Jon Snow at the end.
Yeah,
like,
I could see them fighting. Them.
Like Last Stand, Daenerys did that to the King's Landing. Everyone's gonna be pissed. Everyone else is gonna be pissed. The crows are gone, so everyone knows that Jon Snow is gonna be like the rightful king, and it's gonna be Jon Snow can no longer defend her, and it's gonna be all right, cool. Grey Worm's gonna be the last person that tries to defend Daenerys from something. Jon's gonna be there. She's gonna fight Jon. It's gonna be epic as hell because like those two are gonna be it's gonna be a great fight. I don't know. That Lance seems OP, but
Tony.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think, yeah, like I don't know. I think Arya will probably end up fighting Grey Worm. I think that'd be.
That's why I said that'd be good because they're both quick.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be more high intensity fight because Grey Worm has that staff. Arya's gonna be like. Freaking Anderson Silva. Like,
I think Grey Worm.
Yeah, because remember when she was training with the Faceless ones, that, you know, she had to learn to dodge a staff. So I think that would be like very interesting to see those two battle it out. Like, they're so quick and precise with their attacks. So it's kind of like the battle of them just going at it.
Yeah, because that's all she has is Grey Worm.
Yeah, she doesn't have anything else.
And she has all the Dothraki, everything. So
unless Homeboy shows up, and the Spanish Fly, the guy she left in Marine.
Oh, from Second Sons?
Yeah.
That's another thing that went through my head just really quick is that
Illyrio. You guys talking about Illyrio?
What's
the guy with the beard?
Yeah.
That's Illyrio.
The Spanish soap opera star guy.
Yeah.
That they had to swap out because the other dude with long hair looked too pretty.
He was too pretty.
Yeah. But like I was hoping that the Second Sons, because after the whole battle, the long night, you know, they kept saying we're in half, you know, every part of the army was in half. I was hoping that the Second Sons would kind of make.
Well, she couldn't because if she takes them away, then the Masters take over that.
Oh yeah, you're right. But
damn, that's a good point.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, all in all, I went into this season just open mind, like do whatever you guys want, show me what you guys want. Like Game of Thrones is one thing that I love is they don't give a fuck what you want in the game, and however you want your predictions to be.
Except for this season.
Yeah, they're gonna do what they want to do, from Red Wedding, Purple Wedding, to now. They don't care. Like, for everyone crying and complaining, oh, Daenerys, she's strong for women, understandable. But at the same time, her family has a line of...
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like, her whole vision from the beginning, King's Landing was covered in ash.
Yeah, and when she did the House of the Dead.
Yeah. Like, it all makes sense. It's not like it was like, oh, they just made this up. No, like...
They've been saying this since season 2.
Yeah.
That's how it went down.
That is gonna go.
Hey, trash episode, 10 out of 10.
I mean, I still like the episode. Like I said, it had a lot of its moments, and like I said, I have no idea how this Sunday is gonna be. Like, none. So it's gonna be one of those hour and a half where I'm just like,
all right.
Damn.
So what do you think? Let's just do it right now. What do you think's gonna happen?
I already said. The top finishing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know, dude. Like, the fantasy type of thing will be Jon ends up on the throne. Regardless if he doesn't want to, you're pretty much top.
You're the people who they chose.
Yeah, you're the people's champ. You're the Rock. But, I mean, Jon, I guess, on the throne. No one else can really take over.
Sansa, of course.
Or what if Tyrion took over?
No.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're actually going to, like break the chain, break the wheel. Like, it's not going to be, like, a king. They're actually going to create a democracy.
Oh.
So Sansa will take care of the north. Tyrion will take care of the south. Whoever's in that area, like Dorne, will take care of Dorne. Like, I think they're actually...
Because that's why they have, like, the new prince there?
Yeah, I think...
Oh, shit.
I think there'll actually be a democracy. Like, after, like, they... Because Daenerys is going to die, and Jon's probably going to kill her. I feel like it's going to be that.
Sweet, sweet justice.
But... And I think that's what's going to happen. And I think actually Jon will probably go back to Castle Black.
But there's not really anything to defend, though.
That's the thing. I have a feeling it's going to end that the Night King's still alive.
Okay.
But he got stabbed.
But that's the thing.
Or if there's, like, a main one.
But then there's another Night King. Like, he's back. Or
that's kind of a stretch.
Seriously, I have that feeling because they stopped the walkers once, and then they came back. And they built the wall. The wall fell. They
explain that. That's because it's a 1,000-year cycle.
Yeah. So, what would only make that like you see like a symbol or you see a sign that the walkers are gonna come back.
Like, I support your democracy. I don't know. That's kind of a stretch. That's a hard one.
I have a feeling it's gonna end like that. Like, oh shit, Jon and like Bran are gonna go back and rebuild the wall because Bran's gonna tell him like, oh yeah, he's like, they'll be back soon. They'll be back one day.
It's not done yet.
It's not. Or he'll say it's never over.
Or Bran just becomes the Night King.
Oh yeah, he's marked.
But no, that's not how that thing works. The
mark was more of like a GPS system.
Yeah.
because then you gotta understand like why was their uncle marked but he didn't turn. He was like half Benjen.
And he wasn't allowed to go past the wall.
He wasn't allowed to go past the wall, but he was half White Walker, half...
Because isn't the wall made of, like, magic or something like that?
Yeah, that they can't pass. That's why they had to destroy it. But he couldn't pass the wall, though. But he got turned into a Walker, but since he's a Stark, the blood of the first man, he was still human.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of shaky stuff in the writing of that, and
like I said, I support the democracy part. I did not think about that. Like each person.
I have a feeling it's gonna end like that. It's gonna end like that's done. They're gonna go back. Jon's gonna go back to
you guys are hearing this. These are our predictions.
He's gonna go back to Castle Black, spend time with Ghost, so people can stop bitching.
Oh God, here we go with the Ghost. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna win the lottery. I'm gonna pay Kit Harington to come to your house. And we're going to have him pet Buddy.
Just Photoshop it into it?
Yeah, Photoshop, and we're going to call Buddy a direwolf. But, besides that, like, literally the final thing on our list is, there's a petition, if you guys haven't seen yet. There's about, you said, there's 50,000 now?
50,000.
50,000 crybabies out there saying, let's change Season 8 and redo it again. Just leave it.
My prediction is this.
I like it.
My last prediction on this.
You're not crybabies. I'm sorry.
Since this season is total trash, anyways, what they should do is that they should just randomly release a secret episode that they didn't show. So this next episode is not even going to be the last one. Then the way it's going to end is going to be like, actually, there was another episode we were holding in the pocket.
This is a video game? You just find a secret
I
block?
was gonna say, what is this, Mario 2?
No, but think of
Secret world?
I'm telling you, think of the marketing. Like, they're going to lead off in a cliffhanger where everyone's going to be like, what? Because everyone knows there's going to be another Game of Thrones. They're making the spin-off it's already coming out this summer.
Well, yeah, there's supposedly going to be 5 of them that they're going to do, but I think 2 got cut, so there's 3 that they're talking about. But what if it ends with, back to the, what was it called, where Samuel went? Where he's becoming a maester.
Mm-hmm.
What if it goes back to him and he's writing out the book of how it all ends?
I think that's it. Yep, and it's like Song of Fire and Ice.
Yep.
Easy. That's gonna be the last shot. That's for sure. Yeah.
Well, we'll see, guys. So, like I said, thank you for joining us on another episode. This is a whole Game of Thrones one. I'm pretty sure next week's gonna be a whole Game of Thrones one because it's the season finale this Sunday. So yeah, if you guys have your own theories, predictions, anything like that you want to ask us or tell us, leave it in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button, for more of this good fun. And, make sure to follow us on Twitch also, Super Button Bashers on Twitch. You can follow personal channels. Mine's New Era _Panda on Twitch.
Say it. I like to hear you say it.
But see, I never know. It's L Tony, L_Tony.
I think it's L Tony _60.
I'll put the link in the description. Brandon, anything on Twitch?
Nothing that you look at right now. No.
All right, sounds good. But once again, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, and good luck on crying your eyes out this Sunday. We'll see what happens. So, yeah.